everyone. I'm back. I'm working on some heavy music here. I am very interested in a bunch of different genres, and I realized that I've got to. I just really enjoy making different sounds. Like the last stream we did was R&B and club, like old school club electro track that I was working on. And that's actually gonna be my next single, or my first single really, in my dance music project. The R&B song was written for an artist to sing on, not myself, but someone else. And I just love, that's why I love producing, is so I can jump into different sounds and do different things like that. So it might seem a little strange that in this stream I'm going pretty heavy with bass, and bass music I've found to be the more open-minded, more open to experimental music, despite what, stereotypes you might have about, dubstep heads or what have you. But so I just find that they're more open to these different rhythms and pulling from different genres. So that's a big thing for me. And so for that reason, I'm getting a little bit more into bass. And actually, I made a dubstep song a few months ago, maybe, a few weeks ago, maybe. And I'm still really happy with it. It's got a lot going for it. Yesterday, I touched it up a bit with some mixing. And so I'm just going to go ahead and show that to you all. If you got any questions, hit up the chat. I'll just let you know I don't really go for that constant in-your-face dubstep. I'm trying to go for something that's a little more alive sounding, more, organic, more like it's a real being, like a real existing animal. And trying to, what would it be like if a bunch of bass growling animals were singing in a choir together? That's kind of my approach with dubstep for this song, at least. And then I'll show you all a song I'm working on, and we'll go through that. It's a moombahcore song. It's a moombahcore song, which is basically the dubstep bass version of moombahcore. And moombahcore is essentially Latin EDM, just of different styles. And it's come and go, and it's had its time, it's had its peak in the past, and I'm trying to be a part of the next wave of it, where I'm pulling from different sounds, different genres, techno, Afro house, electro, and doing something different with it. But first I'll show you this dubstep song, which is a little bit more straight ahead dubstep, but it pulls more from that deep dubstep, from like the origins of dubstep. So hope you enjoy. Let's give it a listen. If you got any questions, hit up the chat. I'll be happy to talk about the process. Yeah, so that's the song there. It is before I really listened to much dubstep. I didn't really jump on the dubstep train when it was first hitting big in the US when I was in high school, like 2010, 2011. I didn't really find it that appealing because it was just noisy and loud. And I think a lot of people can relate to having that experience. But just in the past year, having seen my friend who's a dubstep DJ, Glitch, um, who were working on a track together actually, seeing him DJ, seeing dubstep producers perform at EDC and so on, I got to see more what it's about. And it's actually pretty enjoyable when it's done right. And so, but at this point, when I made this song, I hadn't really listened to a lot of it on my own. I just seen it in these performances, and I'd listened to some of that deep dubstep from the UK from the early 2000s, and that's kind of what went into this track. But I tried to bring a little bit more of that, you know, bro step in your face, but in a way that's more subtle. And sorry about that. And so, yeah, so I'm really happy with how the song is going. It may end up on a EP, and that EP may or may not be all bass focused. Like I said, moombahcore is my main thing, but moombahcore can like transform into different vibes and different genres. That's why I'm happy with it, because I like producing different genres and weaving them all together. Yeah, it's just what I do. So we can take a little closer look at the song real quick. Let's see. I'm happy with the way the bass turned out. And the way I did it was I have, let's see, one, two, I have a few different basses going on. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then a sample, a layer where I'm throwing some samples, some bigger growls here for the final drop. And altogether it creates this, you know, this groovy, this sound, that sound flowing, playing off of each other, call and response, all that stuff. So I think the main wubs is this one here. So that's your typical deep dubstep situation, which I made using a pretty standard approach. You got your sine being FM'd by a sawtooth, and having the LFO open up in a rhythmic way with the filter to create that whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, but the drop starts with this, what I call the Welch bass. Let's see. It's more there for that aggressive high end, and then so you see it's call and response with the wub. And then this one I call the growl. It's a lion growl. And so the Welch I made with Serum, doing a little bit more aggressive FMing with a little crazier wavetable, and then some comb filter here. And then the growl I made with, let's hear that. I made that with Phase 4, which is a bitwig plugin, a stock synth. And I don't remember exactly how, but you can see I'm FMing. It's like the same thing as in Serum. I'm FMing from this operator with the LFO modulating it. I've got some, this increases the amount that's going to it. Oh, this is increasing the amount that's going to the filter. And I guess I modulate that throughout the track. And that it's a pretty unique thing for Phase 4, this synth here, that has that operator influencing the filter. So even while the filter is going up and down, it's getting a little bit more shaken up from this operator. And that creates a more dirty analog sound that is the quality I'm going for. Then I do a little processing with some very short delay to give it some room. Then I do some notch filtering, some OTT, and then my really go-to saturation is this. It's an emulation of a Mackie mixer. I forgot the exact model, but it's the one that people were using in the 90s for techno and hardstyle. And I just love the way it sounds. And so that's the first growl. Then we have a second growl that is just even more aggressive. Let's hear that one. Yeah. So same deal here. It's just the resonance is up higher. I'm FMing more. Pretty much the same. I took off the delay and I probably upped the gain, did a little more filtering and some convolution reverb. And so altogether it creates a more aggressive sound that becomes the second response. So let's just hear them all grooving. And pretty typical for dubstep, you have your main rhythm, the kick and the snare. And I've got a bunch of snares layered up, but that's the main kick. My dog Kyrie is here to say hi. And I got a bunch of other top percussions going on, but those are a little bit lower in the mix. The main thing is, of course, the bass and that drum and snare pattern. And I've got this little top loop that is actually a bitwig loop. It just adds even more harmonics, more rhythm, and I like it. So yeah, that's that song. I call it Smoky Mountain. It is on the SoundCloud right now. I'm gonna update it with this mix I've done here, which is a little cleaner, a little louder. And I hope you enjoy it. Oh yeah, let's just look at this mallet real quick. So that's a marimba preset that I adjusted a little bit, created a little ghosty melody that's sort of like the old UK dubstep, and then the drop is heavy like American dubstep. So that's the formula. And I picked up this tip from a friend, having a pink noise layer that is just in the background. You can hear it right there. What it's doing is, you're not supposed to really hear it when everything's going on, but it just adds some noise to fill out the space and gives you a sense of fullness across the spectrum. And I automated it so during the drops it's louder, during the builds it's building, all that. So I'm working with that technique and I'm pretty happy with its effects. Alright, let's move on to this one. This is the moombahcore song I started today. There's a few problems with it, but I've got the basic idea down, and let's see where we can take it. This is going to be a live cook-up, so if you got any questions, hit me up, and I will explain what I'm doing, but otherwise I'll probably just be in the flow working on this song, so here we go.
down. You
Happy 909 day, everybody. So I'm going to throw some 909 drums on here. so that's that one. Just made it today. Maybe I'll spin it tonight at this show. We'll see. Yeah. And just for the last thing, I'll show you this current state of my electro club song. It's gonna be my single. I'm thinking about doing a bass remix or a moombahcore remix. We'll see.
Mix it up, quick. Mix it up, quick. Mix it up, quick.
I'ma mix it up. I'ma mix it up.
Mix it up, quick. Mix it up, quick. Mix it up, quick. Mix it up, quick.
I'ma mix it up. I'ma mix it up.
Mix it up, quick.
I'ma mix it up like this.
Wait, how do you mix it up, quick?
I'ma mix it up like this.
Wait, how do you mix it up, quick?
I'ma mix it up like this.
Wait, how do you mix it up, quick?
I'ma mix it up like this.
Wait, how do you mix it up, quick?
I'ma mix it up like this.
Wait, how do you mix it up? This is it.
Mix it up.
Wait, how do you mix it up? This is it.
Mix it up.
Wait, how do you mix it up? This is it.
Mix it up.
And
Iceberg. I'ma mix it up. Mix it up.
this is it.
Mix it up.
And
Mix it up. Iceberg. I'ma mix it up. Mix it up.
this is it.
Mix it up.
And
Mix it up. Iceberg. I'ma mix it up like mix it up like this. Mix it up. Mix it up. I'ma mix it up like mix it up like this. Mix it up. Mix it up. I'ma mix it up like mix it up like this. Mix it up. Mix it up. I'ma mix it up like mix it up like this. Mix it up. Mix it up. I'ma mix it up like mix it up like this. Mix it up. Mix it up. I'ma mix it up like mix it up like this. Mix it up. Mix it up.
mix it up.
Mix it up. I'ma mix it up like this. Mix
Mix
it
it
up.
up. Mix it up.
Mix it up. I'ma mix it up like this. Mix
Mix
it
it
up.
up. Iceberg. 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 Iceberg.
I'ma mix it with a little jiggle.
Step by step. Mix it up, quick.
I'ma mix it up. I'ma mix it up. I'ma mix it with a little jiggle.
Step by step. Mix it up, quick.
I'ma mix it up. I'ma mix it up. Iceberg.
Mix it up.
I'ma mix it up. I'ma mix it up. Iceberg.
Mix it up.
I'ma mix it up. I'ma mix it up. Iceberg.
Mix it up.
I'ma mix it up. I'ma mix it up. Iceberg.
Mix it up.
I'ma mix it up. I'ma mix it up. Iceberg.
Mix it up.
I'ma mix it up. I'ma mix it up. Iceberg.
Mix it up.
I'ma mix it up. I'ma mix it up. Iceberg.
Mix it up.
my upcoming single. It's a groovy, old school electro inspired by Detroit club music, a little Miami bass vibe, and I hope you enjoyed it. I was just adding a little convolution to the bass, the funk bass, so it can have its own space and stand out a bit. Let's see how that turned out. Yeah, I think that's a good call. Makes it more present in the high parts so it can cut through all of the craziness. Yeah, so thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the songs and the variety that I have here, and you enjoy the rest of your day, night, or morning. Oh yeah, signing out.